Now, 1 month after taking control of the country, the Zimbabwean army says its military intervention that ousted longtime President Robert Mugabe is over. But as new president promises to rebuild an economy plagued by decades of mismanagement, the International Monetary Fund says restoring growth will require concerted effort to tackle Zimbabwe's unsustainable fiscal deficit. VOA's Mariama Diallo reports.
Zimbabwe's army chiefs are urging citizens to ensure the 2018 elections are held in a peaceful environment.
It is our hope as your defense and security services that our people will remain united, they will shun corruption, they will be law-abiding and focus on working hard for the development of our country.
How Zimbabwe conducts next year's election is key, says a former finance minister and opposition leader who testified before the U.S. Congress last week.
The 2018 election is going to be a major test on whether or not we can move away from the past 37 years of corruption, capture and coercion into a new order, into a new Zimbabwe.
Meanwhile, the IMF says the Zimbabwean economy faces severe challenges, but could improve if structural reforms are carried out.
Unsustainable fiscal deficit has led to severe liquidity shortages, created inflationary pressures, and threatened the viability of the financial sector and the exchange rate regime.
But one analyst already sees a move in the right direction by revising a law that nationalized foreign companies and changes in land redistribution.
The new government has rescinded a lot of the indigenization policy, but not all of the indigenization policy. I think that should be removed completely so there can be foreign direct investment. I appreciate that President Mnangagwa has offered to repay compensation for farmers that have lost their property. I think that's an important gesture.
But Schneiderman also says there needs to be more diversity on the political front.
With the appointment of the cabinet, it went from, I think, 27 ministries to 21. That's welcome. But there weren't too many new faces. There weren't too many folks from different sectors outside the ZANU-PF leadership. And I think for Zimbabwe really to achieve its full potential, it's going to need that diversity of opinion.
U.S. relations with Zimbabwe have been strained over these past decades, but Washington says it has maintained a strong relationship with the Zimbabwean people.
Since Zimbabwe's independence in 1980, we have provided significant development assistance in the areas of health, food security, education, and economic opportunity for citizens.
A relationship the new Zimbabwean administration hopes to build on. Mariama Diallo, VOA News, Washington.